Beach totes, they're ideal at the beach or pool to hold towels and sunscreen and of course other items such as your valuables. But if you are going to bring valuables to the beach, you want to make sure that you have a water resistant bag. Joining us to show us how to make our own is Tess Poe. She's the owner of Beehive Sewing in Northampton, and she's going to show us how to do it. Tess, gotta be honest, a lot more simple than I thought.
It's always more simple than people think. I'm so thrilled to be here and show you this bag. And the bag is made with a product that I've just started working with. It is an iron-on matte finish vinyl. So if you've ever seen oilcloth, which is usually kind of bright Mexican prints, it's got a shiny surface, that doesn't work for everybody. But this iron-on vinyl, you'll see in this sample I've already applied it, this one I haven't. What it does is give you that water-resistant surface. So we're going to go ahead and make this wonderful beach tote. I've gotten started, prepped this already. So what I mean by that is, when I flip it over, I have already put the iron-on vinyl on here. So it comes on a bolt, and
like this,
just like that. It's sold, we sell it by the foot, and it comes off of here. It's got a little bit of adhesive, kind of like Scotch tape, but not too sticky. So we just lay it on our fabric, we put the paper right back on top, and then iron it for a few seconds.
That's it.
That's it. So
and then it makes one side, or you could do both sides if you wanted to, but it makes one side water resistant.
Right, which is perfect for beach bags, grocery bags, lunch bags, makeup bags, anything where you may end up spilling something. It happens. You have a
in any bag
swimsuit.
I have, I'll end up spilling something. Diaper bags, you know.
Exactly.
So it's perfect.
So I've already put the iron-on vinyl on here. I've cut a rectangle of fabric that, in this case, is about 26 inches by 22 inches. For your bag, I'm a big fan of, you know, kind of borrowing from things that we already like. So if you have a favorite bag at home, take out your measuring tape and measure it. And you don't need to do a lot of math and, you know, get kind of all fired up about a pattern. You know, just kind of use what you like. The next thing I've done is gone ahead and I've hemmed the top edges of my rectangle. So I've folded them down and I've stitched them, and I've used a nice gray heavy-duty thread for the top stitching, and I really like that look. It looks so much more professional. It looks so much more attractive than just using an all-purpose thin thread. The handles comes on a roll. It's 1.5 inch wide natural cotton webbing. You could certainly also use a nylon or polypropylene webbing. I don't like that look as much as I like the cotton webbing.
It's a little more sturdy.
It is sturdier, and you know, you'll just go ahead and attach those handles. They're about 4 inches from the center of the bag. But again, get a bag you like, you know, try it on, see where the handles fall, and you know, personalize it for yourself. So 2 seams. We're going to do our side seams, and then we're going to make our flat-bottomed bag. We're going to do the corners. That's the important part.
So you're going to do that, Tess, because you are great at it, and I love watching. So as you're doing that, this piece of fabric that you need for a bag this size is very affordable.
It is. So I've got designer fabric from local sewing and fabric warehouse here in West Springfield. And because I only need that small rectangle, you can splurge a little bit. You know, you can splurge on some fabric that maybe by the yard might be out of your price range, because you don't need a lot of it. You can also find a remnant that's going to be big enough for your bag. So I've sewn my side seam. Now I'm just going to take the bag and I'm going to fold it in the opposite direction, so that the seam I just made, that side seam, is sort of touching or kissing the fold that was the bottom of my bag.
Right.
And when I do that, I have this triangle. And I'm going to just stitch right across that triangle. And then you'll flip that inside out. You can see what that looks like. One thing that's nice to do, especially on this bag, is to give yourself a little guideline before you get started, and stitch some lines where the bag is going to be, where the edges of the bag are going to be, so that you can, you know, have the detailing. You'll see on this bag that we've got that nice detailing on all the corners. You do that when it's a rectangle. You have, you know, you don't have to go back and struggle with a funky shape. You know,
it makes it a little bit more mistake-proof.
Right. So we'll let you have the magic moment of flipping it inside out.
Hopefully, it's magical.
This is the most
if Tess made it, we know it is, because it's made well. It's just, let's see if I can turn it inside out. Oh, how perfect is that?
So let's
This is good for logs. See, you put your logs in and you just go and hopefully if you don't spill anything on it.
So obviously you'll go ahead and do that to the other side. We can do that if we have a moment. We'll go ahead and do our other side seam.
Yeah, why not?
What I also want to mention that you can certainly do is once you've turned this inside out, you may want even a little bit more structure. So you can kind of squeeze the sides of the bag together and stitch right along that corner.
Just like you've done here.
Right, and that's going to give the bag, again, a little bit more structure even, but, you know, otherwise there's no lining. This is really, it's a rectangle that we're starting out with. We're using pre-made handles, which is great, and, you know, we've got friends, we've got small kids. Sometimes juice boxes get spilled.
All the time, Tess. All right, and then you have a gorgeous bag. It's waterproof, and it was very inexpensive, and you can say you made it. Thank you so much, Tess.
Thank you.
Look
Happy beach going.
I know, adorable. Thank you.